Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a digital spiritual product that's been making some waves online. It's called HeartCode7, and we're going to break down what it's all about, pulling our info straight from their own materials.
So right off the bat, this is the core product. It's a 7-day program that promises this really profound personal journey of activation. And as you can see, the visuals are super vibrant, kind of blending these mystical symbols with a modern, almost neon look. So what does that actually mean?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Energetic activation journey. You know, it's one of those phrases that mixes spiritual ideas with self-help lingo. To really get what they mean by it, we need to look at what's in the program, who created it, and, how it supposedly works.
So to really get our heads around this, we're going to walk through 6 key areas. We'll start with the system itself, then we'll get to know the creator. After that, we'll dig into how it claims to work, what you might experience, the self-care that's required, and finally, we'll see how this one product fits into a much bigger picture.
Okay, so first things first, let's start with the fundamentals. What are you actually getting when you buy HeartCode7 TM?
Well, the official description calls it a self-guided program for spiritual reawakening. The whole focus of the language is on reconnecting with some kind of inner truth or purpose, and it's all designed to happen over just 1 week.
And this isn't just one thing. It's like a whole multimedia package. It's not just audio or just text. You've got spoken mantras, writing exercises with journal prompts, guided movements, plus things it calls divine frequency and coded sacred visuals. It even comes with a song to help you, integrate the whole experience. It's a full-on multisensory approach.
So we know what it is. Now let's talk about who is behind it and the pretty unique brand she's built around all this.
So the creator, Stephanie Shaw, frames the product in a really interesting way. She's not saying she designed it, but that it was a channeled work that came through her. This really positions the product's origin story as something mystical and deeply personal.
In her professional identity? Well, it's a lot. She wears a ton of different hats. The materials she puts out paint a picture of someone who's kind of bridging 2 worlds. On one side, you have spiritual healing titles like Quantum Energy Healer, and on the other, you have these very modern roles like AI art enthusiast and digital product creator.
And this tagline? It just sums it all up perfectly. It's explicitly saying, hey, we're fusing the spiritual, the sacred, with the practical and entrepreneurial, the strategic. This whole blend is really the key to understanding the brand.
All right, this is the big one. How does the program actually claim to work? Well, the materials use a very specific term to describe their method.
They call their process energetic alchemy, and they make it really clear this is not your typical meditation music. They're presenting it as something totally different, a unique, high-vibrational energy transmission that's meant to be a way more active and holistic experience.
So it breaks down into 4 key ingredients, if you will. It starts with the creator's own personal intention. Then that's layered with specific sound tones called solfeggio frequencies and this encoded visual art. And then, get this, the creator's own energy type, a human design generator, is actually cited as part of the transmission itself.
So, here's the crucial point. This program isn't being sold as just a relaxation tool. It's presented as a kind of technology, something that can fundamentally alter your energetic state, or as they put it, give you a frequency upgrade.
Okay, so you've done the 7 days, you've gotten the frequency upgrade. What happens next? Well, according to their materials, finishing this can lead to a really wide range of experiences.
Before they even list any specific effects, they make it super clear that the process is highly individual. They really set the expectation that the aftermath can be intense, and it's going to be different for every single person.
And when they say intense, they are not kidding. The list of what might happen is huge. It covers everything from your senses being heightened and big emotional waves to physical stuff like tingling or buzzing. You're told you might feel totally drained or have crazy surges of energy, have vivid dreams, or even just feel kind of disoriented while your system adjusts.
So, with all that potentially going on, it makes sense that they really push the idea of self-care. It's not just a friendly suggestion. They present it as a mandate for anyone doing the program. The language here is super direct. Self-care isn't just a nice to have, they frame it as absolutely essential for the program to even work properly. They pretty much warn you that if you skip this part, the whole integration process could be a lot more difficult. And they don't just say, do self-care. They give you a very specific 4-step plan. First, hydrate, drink a lot of water to flush toxins. Second, get plenty of rest so your body can integrate. Third is grounding, like walking barefoot outside. And finally, taking salt baths for, and I'm quoting here, energetic cleansing.
Okay, for our last section, let's just zoom out a little bit. Because it turns out HeartCode7 isn't a standalone thing. It's really the main spiritual product in a much larger digital store.
This is where that sacred meets strategy tagline really clicks into place. Alongside spiritual tools like a chakra journal or a crystal journal, the store offers these very practical business guides on mastering Etsy, running Facebook ads, and even how to sell online with a faceless account.
And this table just lays it out perfectly. You've got the sacred column with products focused on spiritual wellness, and then you have the strategy column, which is all about modern online marketing and business. Two very different worlds, all under one roof. And really, all of this leads to a much bigger question, doesn't it? We're seeing this clear trend where mystical experiences get packaged as digital products and then sold right next to guides on how to build your personal brand online. It really makes you wonder what this fusion of ancient spirituality and digital strategy means for the future of the entire online wellness industry.